Hey guys, we should be live. Do me a favor, if anyone's watching right now, throw a comment in the chat. Let me know whether the audio and video is coming across. Guys, this is the first time I've done a live broadcast in several months, so I've got some bugs to work out of the system here. YouTube has changed a lot of things since last I did a live broadcast, and it looks like they made the encoding settings a lot better than before. But unfortunately, that throws a few wrenches into the works here. And it's going to take a little bit of effort to try and figure them out. It looks like, by my best guess, we're going to have about a 1 minute or so lag on the live screen that you're seeing versus what I'm broadcasting. It's nice to know YouTube hasn't changed that. It's really too bad. I'm not doing any delay in my system, so it's a little too bad, but hey, it's one of the things we got to deal with. So I'm just going to get some things set up here. Apologize, guys, right now. This is the first cast in a while. I'm going to take some time, get it set up. With any luck, I will hear via Twitter or on the chat whether we are in good shape for broadcasting. Going to be a little fun to get this set up and things working again. Juggling a new PC system and a little bit of different monitor setup, so I think I'm going to rework it a little bit here, guys, for next cast. We should be good to go with the casts, hopefully, going forward. I just got to settle in on a schedule and find out what works for everyone, and we'll see where we land. My upload bandwidth is now better from my ISP. It's not great, but it will do. It's going to have to do, and we'll just make do with it. Yep, perfect. Finally got chats catching up, and we do have loud and clear. Good. Appreciate that. Like I mentioned, it's going to be like 1 minute lag at least. It's really too bad YouTube wouldn't change that. I think we've got a long way to go with live broadcasts, guys. It's not a weakness on our equipment side, it's a weakness on the servers and just the way they work things. So we'll go through it, and I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to bring these live casts back now that I have the bandwidth, and we'll see how they go. It doesn't matter what we get for people attending. I'm not too concerned about it. I just want to hang out with you guys and show off some things, talk about some things, feedback, any comments, questions, whatever, throw them in the chat, in the YouTube chat, or you can probably even throw them into Twitter if you really wanted to, and I'll get to them as we go through the video. One of the problems with running the OBS software and doing everything oneself, not having a support crew, is I'm not always going to be able to see the chat window, so I'll catch up whenever I can, guys. And I'll just get some things queued up here. And we will start off with any luck. Looks like, OBS is showing no drop frames, no problems so far, so I'm a little impressed by that, actually. Hey, maybe we're going to get something right today. Let's go with... Let's see if the chat has caught up. So we do have some chat messages. They're a little delayed. These ones are a little old, but Steven said hello. Ringway Manchester, hi Eric, loud and clear, which I did see these. Steven said all good here, and Gregor said hi, welcome back Eric, welcome back to the live stream. I missed. Yeah, thanks guys, I really appreciate this. It's good to hang out with you guys. I was looking forward to this for a long time, but like I mentioned, I was limited by my bandwidth. I couldn't make it happen. You guys would have been watching a slideshow, and that's just not cool. They're just not fun. So we'll see what we can do tonight, and we'll get this done. I'm gonna move away from the chat, and with any luck, we can queue up. I did have a little bit prepared for you guys. I did try. So there we go. With any luck, we can get some information from the community, guys. These are some things from the web and from our G+ community, YouTube, comments, whatever, just random stuff I've picked up along the way. Something exciting this week. the ARIS, which is amateur radio on the ISS, the International Space Station, is sending SSTV images this week, 2 days this week. I haven't seen this in a long time. I could have missed if they'd been doing this regularly, but slow scan TV you can decode with just freeware, all kinds of freeware out there. And they're going to be sending some images down for us on 2 subsequent days. So it looks like now I'm not even going to be able to spot it in the big bold letters, the December 18th and 20th. We're going to be able to get some of these guys. It's going to be pretty cool. If you don't have an SDR dongle, probably not going to be able to find mine. There we go. If you don't have one of these, you can use, if you have a scanner, you can take any FM capable scanner, and you could always just play this, let this rock, and record it on your cell phone audio or whatever, and decode it later with your PC, or use your PC directly. Lots of option, guys. So look for some images coming down from the International Space Station. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to try and catch it on a baseband recording and do a video of it, but hey, we'll see how that goes. Another big deal this week, SpaceX launching the next Falcon 9 rocket this week to, I think it's a resupply mission for the ISS. But this one has something you guys may be aware of, but I was blown away. They're going to land this thing on a floating platform in the ocean. They're going to use a retro rocket built into the butt end of it, and they're going to land this thing on, potentially land it on a floating platform, versus just dumping them into the ocean and then having to retrieve them. I was totally blown away by this. This just seemed totally cool to me. So there's a video on their website, multiple websites on YouTube, etc., where you can see them test this, and the rocket does come down vertically and lands in the ocean. Now they're going to try it on a platform. Totally cool. I'm looking forward to this. December 19th, check it out. There'll be all kinds of live feeds, I'm sure. It'll be pretty cool. I do have a drink tonight. Look forward to having a drink here with you guys. No, it's not homebrew. I've got to do a batch of homebrew. I've got a Mexican cerveza I'm gonna brew this week, and get that on the go for the holiday season, and definitely get another batch on the go. I'm totally out of homebrew right now. Totally sad. But this was another thing that happened just for me this week. This was the Adafruit Show and Tell live show. If you guys aren't familiar with it, the Adafruit Industries does a live show multiple times through the week. There's different ones. There's the Show and Tell, and there's an Ask an Engineer. If you don't know who they are, the one on the left is Lady Ada Freed, and that's Phil on the right. Lemore has done more for the maker community than I don't even know how to describe it. She's an advocate of open source and runs a very profitable, or very successful anyway, Adafruit Industries. So they host this live show. I was able to join it this week. That's me kind of in the middle there, and I got to bring up my robot arm, and I think I brought a data logger for the high altitude balloon, and then showed off just the beginnings of the CubeSat project, and it was well received. It was fun. It's really short. They don't have a lot of time to show off projects, so you got to be a little quick. But yeah, it was a blast. I enjoyed that, and a couple of friends commented that I actually got to talk to Lady Ada, which in hindsight is actually pretty cool. So yeah, really good people, really good channel. Subscribe to them. Got to check them out, guys. This was another one I ran across last night, a Canadian crowdfunding project for a Mini Mars rover. And admittedly, guys, this thing, it's a little odd in some ways. You look at the rover itself, and it's definitely, I think a lot of us in this community could do maybe a little bit better fit and finish on it. The thing is definitely at the early stages of development. But the cool thing I was blown away by is they took an observation telescope satellite dish, which is up by Algonquin Park in my province in Ontario, in Canada, and purchased it, took it over in however way, and refabbed the thing, changed a bunch of bearings, and had to paint the thing. It was just like it had been wrote off. It was not usable, and repurposing it for this mission. Regardless of whether they succeed and get the funding, at minimum they brought back a really cool piece of technology that was probably from the 50s or 60s and made it usable again. For that, I two thumbs up. I think it's great. Totally cool. One more thing I saw this week. Pretty sure most of you are probably subscribed to Julian, but if not, check out his channel. He did a very basic Arduino build. So basically stripped off the microcontroller off an Arduino Uno and created a standalone version with just the oscillator, and I can't remember the other components, but it's basically nothing. And made an Arduino, and it's good to understand how simple it can be. You don't need fancy boards, you don't need a lot of equipment. The microcontroller is actually the capable item. At the end of the day, the Arduino stuff just made it really, really easy for the common person for a form factor, and made it easy to share, and just blew things up that the code is available and people catching on. It's really exciting. So it was good to see it stripped down. It was neat to see this project. I enjoyed it. With that, let's take a break and see what we've got going on. See if I can check out the live stream, see what's being said, because pretty sure I saw a few messages come across. Get the headset on here so I can hear the notifications a little bit better. Alrighty guys, we've got Thurk, Iraq saying hi. Iraq Who Gaming. My name is Eric as also. Good stuff. Steven said, yeah, I read they were going to attempt to land it. Yep. Definitely. Will they land it with a parachute? Thurk asked. Nope, it is not a parachute, Thurk. It is strictly rocket assist. Steven said, shame it's not homebrew. Need more videos on that to help my ideas for my first homebrew. Steven, tons of videos on YouTube, of course. There's just never ending. But check out CraigTube if I haven't already advised. Craig Faraway on YouTube, aka CraigTube. He's like the father of home brewing. He lives an hour and a half from me. Really great guy. I've spent significant time on the phone with him when I started brewing. Helped me out a ton, but he's got a ton of good videos. Go way back to his early videos, and you want some ideas for brewing, they're there. There are hundreds of them, tons of good stuff. Eric says, Eric, do you plan on making a tutorial with your Arduino weather balloon? Yes, Iraq Who Gaming, aka Eric. There is a huge amount of videos on my channel. I think I did like 14 parts of that build. There's nothing to that build that I didn't document on YouTube. You can recreate that weather balloon with that and the code that I provide and some of the components, and Google will help you along the way as well. So best of luck. I hope you build a high altitude balloon. That's why I put the videos up there. I'm looking forward to my next launch. Thurk asks, simulator update. Thurk, yes, no simulator update. Simulator is way behind. Even though we've extended into winter now, I have no excuse. I just haven't got around to it. I've been too busy with all these other projects, and it has sat idle for the better part of, well, since the last update, which was probably February or March. Pretty sad. Thing takes up a room in the basement, and I just haven't got around to working with it. Tons of plans for it. I have all these amazing Arduino microcontrollers and work I can do, but yeah, I just gotta get around it. Oh, speaking of microcontrollers, I'll show you guys. This is in the description down below. This is one of the electric imps that I've done on the videos this week. You can, this is actually just being USB powered. It's not hooked to a PC right now. This is live on a web page, so if you want to go to the link in the description, the password's 1234, and you can actually switch this light live anytime you want. So I don't know what I'm gonna hook it to yet, guys, but or what I'm gonna do, but for now, anyone in the world can flip a switch and make this LED change state. Yeah, silly. Whatever. Okie dokie. Let's go back to the comments because there's quite a few of them, guys, before I go back to the pre-made stuff. Okay, I gotta find out where we were. This is hard with the lag on the stream, guys, but we'll do our best. 2 thumbs up, yet 1 lol. Oh yeah, if you guys don't mind, if you haven't, go ahead and click the thumbs up button down below. It really helps the video. It really helps the stream downrange and makes things a little bit better. But yeah, I just refreshed and we're at 1. So appreciate it. Thanks who thumbs up this. Okie dokie. Jeez, we got a big update. Steven said, yeah, you told me on Twitter about him. Good stuff. I thought I did, Steven. I couldn't remember. Thurk said it must use a lot of fuel. Yeah, for sure. Eric says, thanks for the help. Really considering making run. Yes, on the weather balloon, go ahead, just do it. It was a blast. Someone's playing with my light. The electric imp is flashing. And, oh, yeah, it's going to keep going. So, someone's pressing buttons. Yeah, go ahead and make a weather balloon. I learned so much from that project. That's why I posted all the videos. The best part was the testing and testing and testing and failure. It's so sad, but the failure was amazing. I learned so much from it. I knew it was going to be hard, and I knew there was going to be things I'd have to think through quite a little bit. But I didn't anticipate the depth to which it would take me and into thermodynamics and other stuff. Someone's still blinking the light. This is bizarre. Yeah, it was a riot. I hope you make one, and I hope you have success. I hope you hit a higher altitude than we did. My next launch, I have high hopes. I won't say what altitude I'm shooting for, but I don't want to jinx it this time. But I know where we went wrong on mine, and it was strictly my own fault. Sidebar into the balloon. At the end of the day, everything worked perfectly that I designed and manufactured except for the commercial stuff. So the tracking systems gave me some problems, and that's easily solvable. But the worst part was last minute design changes. Don't do that. So at the last minute, I wanted to achieve some higher altitude. The predictions were a little off. The air density said that we weren't going to get as high as we wanted to go. So I basically lightened the load. And it's very easy to do. I had plenty of extra equipment and I dumped some weight. What happened was those didn't get factored into the final filling of the balloon. I missed them by like 50% of the weight change because of, quite simply, the notes I had kept on paper. And I missed 50% of the net change, which in turn put us way over full on the balloon. I can't prove this now, but looking back through the numbers, I'm pretty confident. And with overfilling the balloon, it simply burst too soon. And that's why we undershot by over 20,000 feet. So live and learn. Don't change things at the last minute, guys. It's far better. So you'll have a lot better luck if you don't change things. All right. I'll go back to the comments. These are going to be way behind now, guys, because I've been yapping away. But plus the YouTube delay. Just okay. The breadboard kind of looks styrofoam from the camera. Yeah, somebody's figured out how to flash it extra fast now. They're sending me Morse code. Somebody got creative. If anybody can decode that, I'm pretty sure it's Morse by the looks of it. Maybe not, but that's pretty good, guys. That's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the comments. You guys are a blast tonight. Really enjoying this. Better have a drink. Yes, the board looked like styrofoam. Eric, I love that wind turbine model. Any chance I could get a closer look or a source to buy one? Wouldn't mind one. Yeah, well, I can get a closer look at one. This is a V112 turbine model from Vestas, and you can probably buy these at the Vestas.com website. I don't know. I have a source for such things. As some know, I work in the wind industry, so they're just a die-cast model. I'm pretty sure you can buy them online. Someone's gotten really creative with the Electric Imp. The flash rate is getting a little nuts. It's pretty cool, guys. Alright. Thurcast is light flashing. Yep, for sure. Thurk, I'm there too. So yeah, that must be because multiple people are whacking away on the buttons. Steven said spam. Spam the on-off button. Yeah, that's fine. That's what it's there for. I was going to hook it up to the background lights in the room or something and make it a little wilder, but I was just going to throw a relay on it real quick and hook it to one of the off-screen lights. But I figured that was actually, this might happen and would have sent the camera and the stream basically sideways. So we'll stick with this. Stephen asked, would you share the code for the Make Me Imp? Yes, absolutely. That code will be up. There'll be a designated video to this for the startup. These things are a little daunting at first because it's written in Squirrel, and it has a server side and a client side, and it doesn't seem completely intuitive, but their tutorials are awesome. But I'm a video learner, so I'm gonna post a quick video probably by next week on the setup, and I'll post the code copy and pasted from what I used, and you can actually then you can see what I modded to change the header and the text. Not like most people need that, but hey, what the heck, it's more information you can use. You can compare that to the original tutorial from their own website. Might be handy. Thurk asks, can you connect to servo instead of a light? Oh yeah, you can connect whatever the heck you want. So this thing, if you didn't catch my video, this is actually a 32-bit microcontroller, and it's still going on and off. 32-bit microcontroller with, I believe, is there 6 pins? I think there's a total of 6 pins you can use to do I/O, including datacom, so you can use. We made it crash. I just saw the light on it flash that it needed to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. Neat. Yeah, you can use the IOs for analog in, digital out, PWM, and datacom. It's incredibly capable little processor. I'm amazed. That's why I reached out, and that's why I got a couple of them, and I'll show you guys what we can build. We'll play with them. Let's try it. Steve, it'd be nice to add an LCD display to it and let people send messages to it. Absolutely, there'd be no problem with an LCD display. I would do an I2C display because then you only take up 2 pins, and it's I2C capable. So again, a huge selling point. You do an I2C display on there, you can send Twitter messages, whatever the heck you want to it. Totally cool. I'm pretty excited about them. Have you done anything with RTL SDR? ZX Flea was asking. Yeah, I did do quite a bit. If I can get back to our regular scheduled programming, we'll touch on some of that. I've been playing with the RTLs actually quite a bit lately. There's a video coming, and I just did a video on my travel setup. I don't have it here with me handy because I went to the West Coast for a week and a half. And I took this in my travel kit with me. I had a blast with it, just buggering around in the airport. And when I was in Portland, Oregon, tons of stuff to listen to. You name it. transmissions to no end. Eric says, I know Morse code. Rui. Hi, Rui. Hi, Eric. Glad to see another Tech Talk. I'm glad you could be here, Rui. Really happy you could make it. Steven said, wow, you guys are getting crazy with that light. And I almost lost my off-camera light. Yeah, we're pretty poverty set up here tonight. Things are getting crazy. Steven said I'm using double click button on my mouse to click it on and off. Yeah, that explains the rate of speed of this going now. It's verging on pulse width modulation at times. That's pretty cool, guys. Servers must just love it. Steven said, sweet, can't wait for the video. It'd be nice to customize it. And Ringway said, thanks, Eric. And Steven, yay, we crashed the imp. Yeah, it actually did reconnect to the Wi-Fi. There's a small light inside, like the SD card is the processor. This is just a support function, the rest of it. And I saw it go red and then go green again as it reconnected to my Wi-Fi. It may have been just the Wi-Fi messed up. I have it on an internal repeater in the house, a separate Wi-Fi network, because the number one complaint with these, the reception is poor on them for Wi-Fi. So you need to have a good solid source. The antenna is tiny in these things, so I'm sure we could probably bust it open and fix that though, and put a full wave antenna on it or something. Eric said it'd be cool if you connected the imp to a weather balloon. Not sure if you can though. No, this is just for Wi-Fi. I have another project in mind for more balloon stuff, but no, these need to be just local Wi-Fi. Survival Tech Nord, 2:33 in the morning here, Eric, but I wanted to pop in and simply send regards from Finland. Hey, Thanks for the message from Finland. I'm glad you can make it. Really enjoying this tonight for the first Tech Talk in a long time, guys. I got some bugs to work out here. You can probably tell I'm kind of battling stuff in the background here. I'm trying not to get my mouse clicks coming through on the camera though. Dirk said my thumb is getting sore. Yeah, you're still doing that. That's all you guys. Pretty cool. That took me a grand total of 10 minutes to set up, guys. I kid you not. I'll show you in the video, but 10 minutes from programming it with my phone to it has an optical reader on the end of it here, and you flash it to tell you your Wi-Fi credentials, and then from there it was like 10 minutes of copy and paste code. So I'll show all that. Thirk, you click the on button, I'll click the off button. Oh god. You guys are ganging up. Alright. I'm going to try and queue up the remainder of what little I have prepared here, guys. Let's see if I can get this to work. So I'll be away from the chat window for a minute, guys. And then we'll recap in a few minutes. There we go. Some info from the shop, guys. We can get this to work. Hey, I don't know. This is probably not going to show up on camera real well, but I was pretty happy about this. One of my best friends was over this weekend, and he also has a 3D printer, same as me, but he's never gotten into the electronics side. I've been giving him a hard time about giving it a try. And he finally took me up on the offer that I said I'd give him a basic Arduino setup. Don't buy a bloody kit for $60 some odd with an Uno and some crappy LEDs and a potentiometer. Just stupid. So what I did is I gave him an Arduino Nano, a breadboard, some jumpers, 3 LEDs, 3 current limiting resistors, and I think I did give him a potentiometer too. And if I didn't mention it, the Nokia 5110 LCD. So within 2 hours of him going home, I got this in a text message, and if you can't read it, it says, "Hi Eric, thanks." He was able to go from zero knowledge to getting it out on what he wanted to display in that amount of time, and I was just blown away, and I was so happy. It just made me happy that I paid grand total, the Arduino Nanos, I pay under $4 now for them, The Nokia 5110s, I think I bought the last batch at about $2.50. Breadboard is 50 cents, I think, now for the small breadboard, and the rest is like no value. So just a little over $5, and you can get someone started in Arduino. And I thought it was worth sharing. I'm quite happy. I hope he follows it through. He's looking to do robotics and get into some servo stuff, and then probably go along the lines of the 3D printer and building some maybe the robotic arm like the one I made, or probably way better. He's better at design than me by like leagues, and he's just overall better with 3D printing than I am. So I'm really looking forward to see what he pumps out. It's kind of fun. The Arduino DIY satellite. If you guys want, after I get a drink here, I'll give you a sneak peek. So I'm behind by 2 or 3 videos, 2 for sure, where it's sitting. So as it sits, this is just a proof of concept to see what we can build. And this darn imp is still going. So it's just a proof of concept, guys. We're not going to send this particular model to space, but the electronics and the programming and the code could definitely be used for such downrange. So little sneak peek. If I can keep this off to the right side, this is where we sit right now. You're going to see some videos on this, but what we've got now is a solar cell setup with a 1200 milliamp hour battery. It's 2 cells that I put together myself, and the solar cell and a charging rig that I can charge with USB. So this will be the standalone power supply for the stuff you saw in the video, and I've been working the bugs out of some of the code, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. So it's going to be pretty fun. Pretty soon I'm going to be able to use one of these to listen to this, and I'm pretty excited. And this is a 1-to-1 scale of a 1U CubeSat with obviously no top on it, but yeah, pretty fun. It's a fun project. I'm looking forward to doing some more with it. The Maker Monday, this was new. I started it last week. If you guys don't mind, some of you already have thrown some comments on the videos. You can throw them in the chat here. Let me know what you think of the Maker Monday series. What this has given me is a chance to talk directly back to you guys, but not wait to do it live. I'm thinking that it's easy enough for me to do. It still takes several hours to do a video from start to finish, but that's a relatively quick turnaround time compared to waiting for a live video. And I can pick and choose, and we can hit on the questions and try and get some good feedback to you guys. So let me know if you saw the videos, what you think of them. I enjoy doing them. It's one-on-one time that you get to see at your leisure, and you don't have to be here live tonight. So I'm hoping that works out pretty good. I'm liking it so far. This is a sneak peek to some degree. It's a upcoming video. It should air this week. I did some Arduino DIY navigation lights for my RC plane, my drone, so to speak. The FPV plane, I needed some lighting on it, so I found some code online, and I whipped together a basically functional scale nav light setup. So I hope you guys like it. It's coming up. And that is about it for there. Let's kill that, and we'll see what's going on in the live feed, because I'll be an hour behind now. That doesn't seem too bad. Eric says you should make the imp only have one button for more spam. Well, it's off now, so I think your thumbs finally got sore, and yeah, one button and somebody just hits it with a speed macro. Steven said, yeah, I saw your tweet about that display. Yeah, Steven, thanks. I was pretty here, and Steven said, bye, Thurk. So I guess he's off. Check you later, buddy. Have a good one and all that. I hope the clicking wasn't on my end. Let me know if you're hearing my mouse clicks on that bad on this end. I'm trying to keep it behind the microphone. What I have is an MXL 990 microphone here. I really like this mic, but it can be a little sensitive at times, even though it is a directional mic. So trying things out. The worst part, one of the nastier parts, I'm sure, is my darn chair. Even the creaking on that's driving me bloody nuts. Okay. I just saw in the chat before I panned away, I saw Thurk was back. Hey, buddy. And we're going to go back to the end of the pre-made stuff I had for you guys. A little sneak peek of what's coming up on the channel. The FPV system. So I mentioned that I have the nav lights coming for this plane, and we'll get those installed. I'm hoping that we get some calm weather in the near future and I can show you guys some actual flight video, but if nothing else, I did promise a few times now to show the autopilot system and how the heads-up display works, and how the downlink responds to that. So there'll be a couple more FPV videos coming up. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to getting this plane in the air. I ran some numbers the other day and the runtime's silly. More software-defined radio stuff. Definitely going to pick up on a few of those. And one in particular, we already mentioned the ISS, the International Space Station, earlier. But the other day, I was able to capture a pass of the ISS. And again, there was no voice, but I was able to capture it with my SDR. And I did a baseband recording. And what I did was catch some of the packet downlink. The packet repeater on board. It's 148. It's not 145 800. It's 145 900-ish megahertz, something like that. But I was able to catch a couple of packets, even though it was like really late and it was a really lousy pass. But I'm gonna try and make a video of decoding that and show you guys. If you haven't already seen packet radio from the ISS, you can check it out. And yeah, it should be fun. It'll be a fun video. I owe you guys some more on the InMove robot. So what I still have is the entire head of the InMove robot sitting in a box. And I robbed some of the servos for my FPV plane, but I'd really like to get this head assembled. I don't think I'm ever going to be doing the rest of the robot, guys. Maybe someday, but I'd like to get the head put together and get a webcam stuck in it for the or two webcams for stereoscopic eyes, and we'll do some face tracking and some cool stuff. There's some really neat software the guys have been working with on these, and I'm just itching to play with it. It's just it'd be really weird to have a robotic head on the workbench that can track me and talk to me, and it's kind of creepy and kind of cool. So pretty excited about that. Hopefully I can get that put together for you guys in an upcoming video. I don't know whether I'll do assembly videos or not, guys. It's gonna be tough to say. There's a lot of work to the assembly, and unless you guys want to watch a whole series on it, but we can see how it goes. And I'm just gonna check. We've got Survival Tech Nord actually sent a couple of Twitter messages. Hit like on some of my videos. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. See if we can get back to the feed here and see what's going on. Right. Hey, could you set up a Twitch Play system with that? Sure, why not? And third, nope, my clicking. Yeah, you guys, this thing's still going. Yeah, that's gonna be entertaining when I walk by it later. Eric says, this is my first tech talk. Just wondering how long they are typically. I try and keep it under an hour, Eric. I have been trying to shorten them up to even less than an hour, because truthfully an hour-long video is a long watch for anyone, and I'm not that interesting, at least I don't think. But yeah, we're gonna try and keep it right to an hour. And Steven said, yeah, about an hour. Steven asked, how much did you pay for the AC, if you don't mind me asking? Oof, the AC. I'm blanking here, Steven. The AC. Hit me up in the chat and let me know what the AC stands for, because I'm missing the obvious here. Ronan X4, using your SDR in flight. Well, I used it on a plane more than once, even. Actually, no, I didn't do that. Don't use SDRs on a plane. It's bad. But no, I'm not using them for any flight stuff lately, guys. But it's getting towards the end of things here, guys. I'm trying to keep up with. There's definitely a bunch of Twitter notifications and stuff coming in. Steven. The aircraft. Gotcha. The EPP FPV is the one shown in the picture, and I think the base kit is around $70 US. It's a cruddy kit. It's really rough foam, but tough as nails, just brutal. The thing is rock solid, so I think it's a good buy for the price. I started with it. In hindsight, if you're looking at buying an FPV, if you're interested in that sort of thing, I wouldn't buy the EPP FPV. I would buy a Skywalker. Just Google Skywalker FPV and you'll, for not much more money, like 10 or 20 bucks, I think it's a far superior aircraft. I don't own one, but it has a T-tail on it, whereas mine does not. So guarantee the horizontal stabilizer is going to take a beating on mine on landings, whereas the Skywalker T-tail is way more suitable. And the Skywalker fuselage is like double the width. It's more like a guppy. Mine is massively huge and fat and tall, but the wall thickness is like 1.5 inches. So I wouldn't buy one. I would go with a Skywalker. I think you would have a lot better luck with it. Ronan was asking, illegal on the SDRs on a plane maybe is what you're referring to. Yes. Well, I don't know whether it's illegal, but they don't want you using receiving devices on board aircraft. But I know for a fact it's very easy to listen to the cockpit. It's very easy to plot your ADS-B location on a moving map if you don't want to pay like $7 for the stupid moving map. Not that I advocate doing that. That imp's still going crazy. Your fingers must be getting sore, guys. Well, at least we found out the servers and the bandwidth can handle it. Survival Tech Nord, have you ever considered an Arduino-based satellite tracking to aim the antenna sat past? Yes, I have actually. I don't need antenna aiming for satellite passes. I have in my attic above my head, I have a QFH antenna that I use for the popular sat frequency, so it doesn't need to be aimed unless if you needed a Yagi to transmit. But what I have considered for antenna aiming with the Arduino is for my FPV plane. If you go out really long range, you want to, not that you should be doing that either, but say you did want to go out long range, you need a very narrow beam antenna, and you need to keep it aimed at the plane, and Arduino can do that easily. There's if you check out my video, you can see the downlink receivers are not much money. They're yay big. You buy 2 of them, and there's an RSSI pin which outputs the receive level value out. Most of them are a simple voltage level. They might be PWM, but I'm pretty sure they're just an analog voltage. You can use the Arduino to have 2 receivers and 2 antennas and aim them slightly askew to each other or whatever, and you can have the Arduino pick which one is better and center them essentially right at your target. Or there's other ways of doing it. You can do a scanning one and then a stationary one. So one scans, records the position, and then the other one just stays locked onto it all the time. So this one's always scanning, and this one just follows it. It's like chewing bubble gum and walking. Can't do that. But yeah, there's some options there. I definitely wanted to do an Arduino antenna tracker for that, and I probably will downrange. We'll see whether I get into long distance. I have another video in mind. I have a piece of equipment right underneath here which would allow me to do insanely long range FPV flights. The onboard receivers are already capable of it with an antenna tracker. My transmitter was not, but I have a piece of equipment that you could bump that up, and I just have to look into some more of the restrictions on it. Basically, you need an amateur radio license to go to long range. Alrighty, guys, back to the chat. Have you ever used, this is Eric, have you ever used a Raspberry Pi? It might be good for the InMove if you're not using that already. So I have a Raspberry Pi downstairs, and no, I have not used it for anything productive. I just haven't made the time to learn and deal with it, and frankly it drives me nuts having to type everything manually. I am lazy. I want to copy paste. I do not want to type out 1,000 command lines of code to deal with an install of 4 different programs. The Pi just drives me nuts. With that said, it's an awesome device, and I know it's my own weakness that is stopping me from enjoying that. So I don't think the Pi would be used for my InMove. I would use my PC Arduino, which I also haven't shown on this channel. You'll see it soon, guys. I would use it instead because it would be easier to implement some of the other stuff. Still looking at this flashing light. Still there, guys. That's anyway. Back to the comments. Let's see. I lost track of where I am again. Thurk said, I thought you couldn't fly RC within 4 miles of an airport, but our local flying field is much closer because it's a GA, a General Aviation Airport. But our local flying field is much closer. If you're just... I don't follow the question fully, but the video I showed, I don't know whether I even showed it on the channel, but we fly right out of our local airport. We actually have an agreement with the airport 1 day a week where we can fly with right on the airport grounds. Obviously, yielding to full-scale aircraft, you have to have a spotter at all times, and we have to be monitoring the Unicom frequency at all times. But yeah, as a general rule, most places are like 4 or 5 kilometers away from an airport, if not more. Ringway said, I love the vid receiving the satellite on your Baofeng. Do you plan to do any more? Yes, I do. There's a couple of passes of the SO50 satellite coming up, and I'll be using this UV5R. I think there's a couple of good passes later in the day, later this week. The weather's been a little dicey, so it hasn't been the nicest for going outside, let alone taking a video of it. Basically pointless. So I'll definitely do some more passes of that satellite for you guys. You can do it yourself too. Grab one of the Baofeng radios, or even just a scanner. The downlink frequency is perfectly accessible, or all of you that have SDRs, use those. Check them out. Enjoy the SO50 while it lasts. It's the only FM voice bird downlink that I'm aware of right now, other than the ISS. So it's a pretty cool sat, and it does the Doppler on board. It's always good reception. It's a blast to listen to. There's more sats coming next year. I think it's a Fox 3, one of the ones. I think it's one of the AMSAT units, but it'll be full dual voice, so that'll be pretty cool. Also, have you bought any more radios lately? I tried the KD twice and never received them, so I gave up. It was a bad job. Oh, that sucks, man. No, I haven't bought any more radios. I have my KD units for the shortwave. I don't have one here handy. Best little shortwave radio I've ever used. I think I paid under $6 for them. They were just ridiculous cheap. I have 3 of them, and that's basically all I use. I have a Texan is it PL 600? It's the 600 Texan anyway. I use that a lot as well, but I more use that just for FM radio because the thing has a amazing reception, and I just use it around the house even. But yeah, that's about it for my radios. Steven said, okay, I'll stop spamming the on-off buttons now. Hopefully it will stop on now. Yeah, it stayed on. We're stable until like 10 seconds from now. Somebody will hit the buttons again. Thirk said, I thought that you couldn't fly within 4 miles of an airport, but our local flying field is much closer. That's just a copy and paste of before. I think my chat messed up here, guys. I'm gonna hit refresh on that. Dry throat, too much talking. I think we're gonna wind it down here, guys. I really appreciate the time. If you don't mind, make sure you yeah, there goes the light again. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button down below. It really helps if you enjoyed this. If you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and hit a thumbs down. No problem. Don't know why you'd still be here though. These really help. I'm surprised at the turnout for the first Tech Talk in a long time, guys. I really enjoyed this. Next time we'll see about opening up the Skype lines. Maybe if anybody wants to call in live, we're gonna have to settle on what might work best for us for dates and times of live broadcast. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Monday night works for me. My fiance is out on Monday nights, and usually I've got most of my video editing caught up, and it works, but it doesn't work for most people out there. And this time slot is traditionally not horribly bad for the European countries, but it's pretty bad for the Midwest and the west of the United States, where I have a lot of people that follow the channel. So throw a comment in the chat box. Let me know what you think of this time, if this will work going forward. At least you guys made it work tonight, and I really appreciate that. I'd like to keep doing these live shows. This is just live interaction. It's I really enjoy it. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I love your feedback, your comments, your questions. If I can be helpful, I enjoy it, and I learn a ton from you guys. Make no mistake, I'm pretty sure I follow or the majority of the people in the chat right now. If I'm not a subscriber to your YouTube channel, hit me up. Send me a link, and we'll get there, and I'll check out your videos, and of course, if I like them, I'll subscribe. All right. Thirk said, now off. Steven said, already clicked the thumbs up. Already do. Thank you, Steven. Really appreciate that. Eric said, when are you planning to make the next Tech Talk? Yep. Of course, that's up to you, but Steven said, stick to Monday. So for now, there goes that light again. For now, we're going to stick to Monday, guys. We'll try it out for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I really don't care. We don't need a huge crowd here. I enjoy if anybody shows up. The video is always available for people after, but I don't know who the heck would watch currently a 53-minute video of me yammering on. But hey, what the heck? Well, as long as people enjoy it, I'll keep making them, and maybe we can get some people on live. I'd love to have you guys on live as well via Skype to share your projects. I won't do a G+ Hangout. The G+ Hangouts just quite simply suck for bandwidth and encoding problems. I'm controlling what I'm sending to YouTube right now via my end, and I'm actually going to up some of the quality of it shortly. But with the G+ stuff, it's hard to control. It's hard to keep... Yeah, there you go, guys. It's hard to keep things under control, so what I'll do is I'll have people dial in via Skype, or we can do it via another service, and I'd love to have you guys on and discuss some of your projects and some of your ideas and where we want to take this community, what kind of cool things we want to build. Really enjoy working together with you guys. I learn a lot from you, so good stuff. Steven said we all watch because of the content. Well, good stuff, Steven. I appreciate that. I am going to sign off at this stage. Good luck in all your electronics ventures. I truly enjoyed this, guys, for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a great week and build something cool. Thanks for watching.